Hi everyone, today I will create this beautiful nut you see on screen. It will be fully parametric. This means that when changing the width, the nut will adjust its size accordingly. One of the tools I will use is the not so often used Revolve tool. So buckle up and get ready to have some fun. Let's get started by opening up a new family template. For this nut, I would like to go for a face-based template. The nut will, when loaded into the Revit project, be hosted directly onto the face of another object or a solid surface. I'm now standing in a plan view and I have begun to place out our reference planes, which will work as the framework and help us constrain our geometry. I need these reference planes to be set at a 30-degree angle relative to the horizontal reference plane. Next, use the hotkey MM to mirror the three reference planes so our nut will be symmetrical. Switch to the front view and add one final reference plane. This reference plane will define the height or thickness of our geometry. Add a dimension line for the height. Adjust the scale so the numerical value matches the proportions of the view. Back in the plan view, I'll continue placing dimension lines between the reference planes. These dimension lines will help define and control the distances between the reference planes, allowing for easy adjustments when connected to a parameter. I check on the EQ on the dimension string. Revit adjusts the positions of the referenced elements so that the dimensions between them are equal. Now comes the geometry. For the solid part, I will use the extrusion tool and the inscribed polygon that has 6 edges. I can select the placement of the center and the distance to the edge, which I will drag along the reference plane with a 30-degree angle to the horizontal one. I will be using the Align tool to connect the geometry to the reference planes and lock it by clicking the tiny padlock, an important step to make this nut parametric. The solid geometry is done and locked. Now I'm going to use voids to carve out the beautiful shape of the nut, just like Michelangelo did when he had a block of marble. First is the hole in the center. Use an extrusion void and place the circle in the middle. Go to the front view and align and lock both the solid and void to the top reference plane, which determines the thickness. To make this nut parametric, I need to add some parameters. Open up the Family Types dialog box. The first one is the Material parameter. It needs to be set to Material in the data type, and it will automatically be grouped into Material and Finishes group. Then the nut width or diameter. I will go for width and set the parameter as a type-based parameter. I have previously made a video about the difference between type and instance. I also add an X hole and an X nut height parameter. These parameters will be placed in the other category since they won't have the option to be changed by the end user, but rather be at the mercy of the nut width with some formulas. This will allow the parameter to be dynamically calculated. For the hole in the middle, I want the hole diameter to always be 75% of the nut's width. This means that when the nut's width changes, the X hole parameter will automatically update accordingly. I will do the same for the X nut height. When using parameters with formulas placed in the other group, I prefer to have an X in front of the name to separate it from the changeable parameters. It's time to connect the newly created parameters with dimension lines. For the nut width, I get an error. The reason is I forgot to click the EQ padlock for the dimension line in the middle. Do that and connect it. Everything works. Go to the front view, select the dimension line, and select the X nut height from the drop-down menu under the label. When in 3D view, it is starting to look like a nut. But I have one last step, the edges, where I will use the Revolve tool to cut it. Move to the front view and add some reference planes. These will help me constrain the Revolve geometry. The diagonal reference plane, when adding an angle dimension, will move up and down when the height of the nut changes. Now I will take a look at the Revolve tool. It is found under the Create header. I will go for the Revolve void. So the Revolve tool is used to create 3D geometry by rotating a 2D profile around an axis. It is 2 operations: selecting the axis and sketching the 2D profile which will rotate around the axis. First, I select the axis line and then pick the line where I would like the axis to be. We'll go for the work plane in the center of the nut. Next, I need to create a 2D profile, which will be the geometry that will revolve around the axis line. Click the boundary line and proceed by sketching up the desired geometry. It will be a simple triangle. Align and lock it to the reference planes. I open up the nut in the 3D view. I'm still inside the Revolve tool where I can easily see the cross-section of the object that will be revolved around the axis. I choose to rotate it 360 degrees all the way around, where it will void off the edges marked on the screen. And the Revolve void geometry is done. Let's take a look at it in 3D view. Looks good, but let's make sure it works. Try to flex it a little by changing the nut width parameter to see if it behaves as intended. Perfect. The nut changed shape when editing the nut width, and the Revolve is updating the placement as well. I will add one more Revolve void. It is the same type and will do the same job as the first one, but for the bottom of the nut. This one will not need the diagonal reference plane since the placement of the geometry is stationary. Sketch up the triangle once again and lock it to the reference plane. I will also lock the edge of the bottom line to the reference plane so that when editing the nut width, the Revolve geometry will follow. Alright, forgot to define the axis. Quickly do that and hit the OK. All done with our fully parametric nut. Do some quick flexing. And connect the material parameter to the nut before loading it into the Revit project. I locate the nut family in the project browser under the generic models. Drag it out in the view and place it on the concrete surface. Hide the concrete floor for better view and detection of the nut. We'll do one last flexing of the nut width by opening up the edit type dialog box and changing the numerical value in the type-based parameter. That wraps up this tutorial. Thank you for tuning in.